Hello and welcome back to our cottage garden. I'm so excited about this video. I'm going to be showing you how you can expand your garden for free. So in a recent video, I showed you how you can divide your perennials and plant them in different areas in order to expand your garden. And now what we're going to be doing is taking the seed heads, the dried seeds of different flowers, and spreading them around. So I'm going to be showing you how to do this with 3 different plants. We're going to do Queen Anne's lace, we're going to do lupins, and foxgloves. Let's get started. Now it just got a little bit windy, so the wind would actually do this job for us, the wind and the rain. But when they die back like this is our Queen Anne's lace, which just looks so beautiful. These gorgeous umbellifers with a little tiny black flower in the center of the white froths of flower. But they dry back like this, and the umbels of flower, they kind of close up and they store thousands of seeds inside of them. I like to put my gloves on to scatter the seeds because they can get a little bit pokey, but there are just so many seeds in here. I don't know if you can see, but just tons and tons and tons. And what I want to do is, I did this last year, just kind of carrying along this really wispy border in the back. We've had so much rain this year that they're all kind of coming down, so we're taking this opportunity to kind of cut them back as well. But just spreading them all along back here is going to be beautiful. And I think it's going to do exactly what we want it to do. So I'm going to put on my gloves. And you can always use a little brown paper bag or something. If you have that lying around, that's nice. You know, it's better than a basket, because unless you want to be weeding everywhere you go, if you store the seeds in something that has, you know, a weave in it or some holes, they'll just spread out along where, you know, everywhere you walk. And you probably don't want to be weeding all of those things. That has happened to us as well before. So you can just take your seed head and you can just clip it into your little spot. I'm actually just going to cut it into my hand, like so. And the seeds just come straight off. I mean, they want to reproduce, right? So they have these, they're surrounded by these little spikes. And so they are going to sort of latch on to anything that they make contact with. See that? So now I'm just going to be spreading them everywhere that I want them, which is basically just all throughout the back of this border. Oh my gosh, you guys, the bees are starting to go to sleep. They fall asleep inside of all of our flowers. Does that just make you want to cry? It's the coolest thing ever. Sorry. All right, let's see. I'm going to try not to disturb him. So just spreading these seeds all throughout the back of the border. Just making it rain in the back of the border there. And I mean, each of these has thousands of seeds in them. So just imagine, you know, even if the ratio is pretty small in terms of how many actually take, you're still really likely to get a good amount. So there we go. And then you can just continue to do that. Move on forward with any of the dead, you know, dried seed heads. Coming through, pulling them off. I'm going to do it over there as well here. Okay, so just letting them scatter all around. I did this earlier in the year. I mean, I do this kind of all throughout the year depending on what's blooming and what's starting to go to seed. And I do this all the time with the forget-me-nots, just because I love that look in the early spring. And then if you have a rain that's coming, that can be really helpful. But you want to make sure it's not something that's going to be like a deluge of rain that's just going to kind of wash your seedlings, because you want them to get established. There we go. Okay, so that's the Queen Anne's lace. These beautiful lacy umbels. Can you see them? They're just so gorgeous. I love them, and they just grow wild here. Let's do the lupins. So all along this hillside, we have tons of different lupins or Texas bluebonnets. Not all of them are blue though. We have pinks, we have bicolors with purple and blue. It's just a really gorgeous look up and down this hill. I absolutely love it, and I want more of it. So I'm gonna go collect a few of these seeds and then just start to scatter them. Now these ones do take after a few years. So the ones that we're planting now aren't gonna be blooming and for another couple of years. That's what we found here. But the ones that we planted last year will be blooming next year or in the next few years. Okay, here we go. Here's one of the lupins. Now I don't know exactly which one this is, but I love all the colors up here. So they look like this. Now they've already started to sort of spiral their way open, but as you can hear, there's still seeds in here. Let me pop this down here on our little bistro set, and we will open up one of these. Now I already did collect these seeds, so we do have tons that we can and will also scatter. But just to sort of show you what they look like, let's do that. Don't do this at home, kids, because if you're doing this, you might be doing it with poisonous seeds, and don't put them near your mouth. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So, tons of seeds, like so. And so we can scatter these, or we could make some holes and stick them in. I'm gonna actually just chuck them at the top of the hill. That way in the rain and things like that, they can hopefully just like make their way down and it'll look really, really natural because we have a very meadowy look along the hillside. So let's see, boom, boom, boom. Okay, let me do another one. So just spreading that here. And then I'm gonna check these. The hill. We have enough vegetation on the hill that it'll get caught here and there, and we have some rocks and things like that. You know how rocky our soil is here on the mountain. But yeah, it's just a very pleasant way of increasing how many plants you have. Pleasant and free. The phlox that we planted, that we divided in one of the previous videos, it's starting to look beautiful here. I don't know if you can see it, it's this one here. But it's looking great. All right, we'll do one more, and then I'll keep going with this. But yeah, just to give you an idea of ways that you can, build or grow a garden for free. And if you have a friend who has a garden and she has these plants and you like these, or forget-me-nots or any kinds of things like that, you could, she or he or they or them or whatever, and you could go and you could gather the seeds from your friend and then spread those if you're starting a garden from scratch. Okay, so that's lupins. Next up, we have foxgloves, and these are the types of garden chores that I love because this take like what, 5 minutes? This is such an easy thing to do. And the foxgloves are right here. So these are the grandiflora foxgloves. These are a beautiful zingy yellow, but they're pale enough of a yellow that they can really go with different kinds of garden schemes. This one is a good one to use gloves for. Would you mind just handing me my gloves and my scissors? Okay. So our trusty gloves. And see, this is what you want them to look like. You want them to die all the way back. So you want to make sure it's nice and crispy, and if you kind of shake them, you can hear them rattling inside. Then we'll cut it like that. And then if you break open these little pods, this will be harder for you to see probably. But if you kind of break open the pods, they're just millions of seeds. Can you see that? They're teeny, teeny, tiny seeds. And so then we just shake these all out. You can also just kind of break the seal on a few of them. Just kind of come through with your index finger and your thumb and just sort of break the seal on these, the outer casing of the seeds, and then just sort of shake them where you want them. And again, this happens naturally, but if you just wanted to help the process along, you can also kind of go like that, pull them all out, crunch them up in your palm, and then scatter them that way. But it's just super easy. And it's like quite fun to do. One of you gave the best idea in the comments. Thank you for all your incredible ideas in the comments. One of you was saying that you have ferns and foxgloves side by side. So we have this whole fern canyon area, and we are definitely taking you up on your inspiration, and we are going to scatter our foxglove seeds all over there, and we'll show you what it looks like next year. So you can take them like this, and there's like millions of seeds there just from one plant. We're just gonna scatter those all throughout. There we go. So these are the grandiflora, that beautiful soft yellow, but we also want to spread some of the other foxgloves, like I said. And there are tons of gloxiniflora foxgloves and some of the Dalmatian peach foxgloves, I think, that we might just be scattering in those beds. Okay, so these foxgloves here, this is the gloxiniflora. They were huge and beautiful, but only 3 of them came up last year. And so we really wanted to increase our stash back here. This is right up against the cottage, as you can see, and it just looks beautiful. And I want a whole like hedge of those beautiful foxgloves. They are gorgeous. So I'm just gonna actually shake them out here. Oh, little friend. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Hi, it's okay. Do you wanna come? You can come. I scared the hummingbird. Okay, here we go. I'll be out of your way here soon. Ready? So if I just shake this, I think it'll start to spread. Yeah, you can hear that. So we can take a few of these. Oh yeah, tons of seeds. They're so small, but we're just gonna kind of shake them up like that and scatter them back there. You wanna wait until they're nice and crispy. I think a few of them have already scattered out. Yeah, you can see there's like a million seeds. Can you see that? They're like underneath all of the casings. There are so many. There we go, as easy as that. And free, beautiful cottage plants. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this inspiring. Please like if you like, and subscribe to this channel. It really does help us out. We're trying to grow this little bitty channel, just like these seeds that we're planting. We're just trying to grow our channel so we can reach more of you and keep doing this. All right, thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you again very soon.